Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning. Just doing a check-in here to share a few thoughts with you today. It's pretty unusual for me to do this on a weekend. I try to really take a break from stuff as best I can on the weekend, but honestly, something's been kind of cooking in my heart and my mind since Thursday evening. They say that confession is good for the soul, and so maybe this is a little bit of a confession of sorts here as I share these thoughts with you. When news broke on Thursday about the extension of the safe-at-home order here in Wisconsin, I have to be fair and say that really hit me hard. It really discouraged me. It really frustrated me. It just, I can't even quite tell you all the ways that it affected me that really weren't all that great. And to be totally honest and fair about this thing, it really wasn't so much do I agree or disagree with what has been done. That really wasn't the core of it. Really the core of it is I'm a little tired and I'm a little sick of not seeing my friends and not being together as a church family and not doing life in the way that I like to do it, in the way that we as a family like to do it. We love to be together as a family, and quite honestly, all of this together time raises some stress and raises some issues, and it's just a really challenging time in many, many respects. And so I was just pretty discouraged on Thursday and even into the day yesterday. I was just pretty frustrated with the whole thing. Honestly, even without meaning it as an insult, frustrated with all of the volume of information on Facebook, of opinions and thoughts about what was right and wrong about that, even from some of my friends. And again, no insult to them. It just added to my level of frustration. But to be fair, two things kind of happened out of the blue yesterday that were really good and were things that actually really helped my frame of mind and my heart yesterday. One was that somebody called me on the phone kind of out of the clear blue and just said, "Hey, I just wanted to hear your voice and I just wanted to offer you some encouragement and just thank you for what you're attempting to do." And man, that spoke really powerfully to me. And then somebody else reached out through a social media platform and just said, "Hi, how's it going?" and etc. And that was really good for me. And it really struck a chord in me to some extent about how important it really is right now, that if somebody is on your heart and mind, that maybe reaching out to them is a really good thing. It doesn't have to be a counseling session, but just saying, "Hello, how are you doing? I miss you." That is just an incredibly powerful thing all the time, but especially right now. And then yesterday, we took a little drive and went up to Rice Lake. We needed to get some groceries, and so we just all as a family piled in the car and went up there and did that. And as we were going, we were listening to some music, and the song was playing by one of my favorite Christian groups, Seventh Time Down. And there was a song on there that really struck a chord with me. I'll post a YouTube link to it when I'm done with this live. But it reminded me of a simple statement in a portion of Scripture that I just want to remind you of today because it spoke powerfully to me. It's out of Deuteronomy chapter 33, and in Deuteronomy 33, Moses is kind of giving one of his last speeches to the nation of Israel as their leader, and he's reminding them of a bunch of things that are really true. And in Deuteronomy 33, verse 27, we read these words: "The eternal God is your refuge, and his everlasting arms are under you. He drives out the enemy before you, and he cries out, 'Destroy them.'" And these were words that Moses was intending to use to encourage the children of Israel as they faced an audacious task of taking the land that God had promised to them. The things that jumped at me yesterday were this idea of God's arms being underneath us and being able to lean into those arms. There's an old hymn about leaning on the everlasting arms, and this is really where that idea comes from. And this song that I heard yesterday was sort of a new modern contemporary song that said the same thing. I needed to hear the words yesterday to lean into God. I needed to hear the words yesterday and be reminded of the fact that I can lean on Him, that His arms are around me and under me, and that He is my refuge. And even when I'm sick and tired of it all, even when I'm frustrated, even when I'm about to quit Facebook, even when all of those things are true, God has not wandered off, and He's not left, and His arms are still there, and He's still a refuge, and His arms are still around us. And so I needed to hear that word. Maybe you need to hear that word as well today. So there's a bit of my heart. There's a bit of where I'm at. I'm doing a little better today, and one day at a time, one step at a time, we will work our way through this together and encouraging one another in a variety of ways. One of those ways being, remember that God's arms are around you as you take this journey. Thank you for watching, and thank you for checking in. Thank you for your encouragement. I hope that these words serve as an encouragement for you as well. Thanks. Have a good day.